What was the strangest or most interesting thing you've ever stuck your dick in? When I was 15 or 16, I put my dick in a condom I found at my parents' place because I couldn't buy one myself, just to see if it would fit. I concluded that one size must fit all. The problem was, I left it on top of other trash in the bin. My mom found it and thought my dad was cheating. This led to an awkward conversation with my parents, like, "We're not mad, but you've disappointed us," while they exchanged looks that said, "Thank God, it's just our idiot son." If you confess to save your parents' marriage, they'll never forget it. I remember playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 when I was 11 or 12, using the perfect balance cheat, then switching to grind mode so I could rub my dick on the vibrating controller. When I was 16, after failing with a homemade flashlight, I tried a rolled-up mattress topper. I threw it in the dumpster behind a barbershop, thinking I was committing a crime. I was terrified a cop would stop me and see it in the back seat. My boyfriend told me he once dumped a whole jar of coins on his dick. He also used to heat banana peels in the microwave and stick it in there. Then there was a pillow my mom handmade for me. I cut a hole in it, used lotion, and went at it for weeks. Mom noticed the pillow was torn and sewed it up while I was at school, but the patch didn't hold. When she found the hole again and asked about it, I said, "I like the pillow like that, don't sew it." We never brought it up again, but now I realize how awkward that must have been for her. When I was a kid, I had a brilliant idea to smear toothpaste on my dick for a slippery jerk-off. It didn't get up for 3 days. I thought it was the end of the world. There was also a hotel bathroom where only a thin door separated me from my parents. That day, I learned to scream silently. When I was 9 or 10, I had a huge Winnie the Pooh tiger plushie. One day, while playing, it tore right between its legs. I fucked that toy for a whole year after that. Around 9 or 10, I stuck my wiener in a shampoo bottle. All I can say is, it definitely got cleaner, but at the cost of intense burning. As someone who did similar things as a kid, I can confirm shampoo in the urethra is no good. One day, I came home from school, parents at work, and put a Ziploc bag between pillows, grabbed some lotion, and fucked it. Unbelievable. Why didn't I think to use the zipper and lotion? I just stuck it between two leather couch cushions. My dick's skin cracked, it was unpleasant. I was eating chia seeds and noticed they're slippery, so I poured them into a plastic bag, and soon my hose was in chia seed sludge. Then there was sticky riverbank mud where boots get stuck, and stinging nettles. I read on some site that applying nettles to your dick for 30 minutes would give you an intense orgasm without using your hands. That's not true, just pain. This myth's been debunked. It's like hitting yourself with a hammer 5 times to feel good when you stop. At 11 or 12, I found a big Sesame Street Elmo doll and stuck my dick in its throat. At 14, in my teens, I stuck my dick in everything: glass bottles, bananas, a cutout hole in a teddy bear, shampoo bottles, even a toilet paper roll. Imagine that, I found a way to fuck a toilet paper roll. Wow, thanks for all the warm words. No, it wasn't like a soda bottle, it was more like a vase or water jug. I cut the top off a shampoo bottle so my dick would fit, but I wouldn't recommend it, it burns. The teddy bear lasted the longest, probably the one I'd recommend. Fiberglass insulation in a wall hole seemed soft and pink, but the redness lasted months. When our first kid was born, my wife had to use a breast pump. We were goofing around, and my dick got stuck in it. Never do that. It seems like a quiet machine, but when it grabs something it can suck liquid from, everything changes. My dick's head turned purple because I hesitated to pull it out. It stayed purple for 3 days. My wife laughed so hard she fell off the bed and nearly hit the dresser. A warm watermelon was amazing. I was just a kid looking for a hole, no surprise there. I found a mineral water bottle, but when erect, my dick wouldn't fit. Being an idiot at 11, I waited till it went soft, stuck it in, and got hard again. Naturally, it got stuck. It was super awkward asking my mom to free it. So, when your mom helped, it was still hard? If your dick's in something tight and fills with blood, the veins that drain it get blocked like a tourniquet. It stays engorged until you reduce pressure. If it's too tight, veins can burst, leaving a mess that needs surgery. I freaked out but waited it out, and it ended fine. I was watching CatDog at the time. Surprising there's no vacuum cleaner story, right? So many replies, my comment probably won't be seen. I've never told anyone this and don't plan to. At 10, I thought it'd be fun to stick my dick in a vacuum cleaner hose while it was on. No way, you think? The airflow made my dick vibrate and thrash in the hose. I lasted about 3 seconds and had my first orgasm, a 10 out of 10. It blew my mind. I thought my balls would explode since I was too young for sperm. I spent a lot of time with that vacuum for the next 3 years until I learned I could get the same effect with my hand. I stopped using the vacuum much but still do sometimes. It's an awesome way to come. Alright, you convinced me. Here's a story from my childhood as a horny teen. I had a fantastic idea to fuck a sleeping bag. Think about it, a rolled up sleeping bag, nice and firm, a little lotion, and bam. I did it. Let me confess, friends, it was magical. But the shitty part? Lotion stains right in the middle. I told my mom the sleeping bag got dirty and threw it in the wash. She didn't suspect anything. That sleeping bag never got used for camping. Why not just put Vaseline in a rubber glove inside the sleeping bag? Inmates do it with a rolled towel, they call it a fifi. One summer at camp, there was a shed with a calf. The camp director showed us how to stick a finger in its mouth because it tickled. Kids thought it was fun. I tried it, and the calf sucked my finger hard, soft, smooth, no teeth. I didn't stick anything else in there, but I realized it's unlikely no farm-raised man in history ever tried it. I was an innocent virgin who hadn't even jerked off yet, but that was my first thought in milliseconds. A lace chip canister with ridges inside, I thought it'd be cool. My dick got oily and salty, but the sensation was incredible. I washed off and finished with a shampoo bottle, which wasn't pleasant. I also stripped naked on a mountaintop, jerked off into a small pit, and imagined I was impregnating the mountain. A couch, I thought the gap between cushions would mimic a vagina. It might have, if the fabric was softer. Instead, it felt like fucking sandpaper. I was 12, not excusing it, just explaining. At 14, working at a summer camp, I almost stuck my penis in a vacuum. Alone in my cabin, I turned it on, but just as I was about to, a friend walked in. I think I acted fast enough to hide my intent, pretending to vacuum. I said I saw a spider. Not sure he bought it, he gave me a look but said nothing. This is hilarious to read as a woman. As a mom raising a son, it's terrifying. Remember those big mayo containers, like 2.5 kilos, before they're put into branded bottles? As a hormonal teen, I stole one from work and tried fucking it in the shower. It was meh. The mayo smelled like bologna sandwiches, so I got hungry. I used it as lube, finished, and tossed the container out a second-story window. My dog ate it. Kids are starving in Africa, and you're throwing out a vat of mayo after misusing it. Finally, my story, at 10 or 11, I took the lid off an aquarium air pump and stuck my dick between the metal vibrator and plastic casing, over and over. In college, I was given a college-owned clarinet. I was sticking my dick in everything back then. I tried the bell, the wide bottom part, but it didn't work. Later, I learned that clarinet was expensive, made in the 1960s. No idea why they lent it to a student. I still have a photo somewhere of me sticking my dick in it. Battery terminal cleaners, with metal bristles pointing inward, I stuck my dick in the gap. In my workshop, I made a fake pussy from sponges and Ziploc bags. It was interesting. At 13 or 14, I had a big carnival teddy bear. I cut a hole between its legs with scissors. We were playing flag football in a park near my house, around 10 years old. My mom made me take my younger brother. Mid-game, we stopped because my 7-year-old brother found a snake hole, stuck his dick in it, and started screaming. I put my penis in a snake hole. A warmed cucumber, my dad saw it. We didn't talk about it, but for weeks, I could tell he was thinking about it. Not sure whose psyche was more scarred. My dad's cousin, at 15, found a jellyfish on the beach during vacation in 1968. He did his thing right there. Turns out, the jellyfish wasn't that dead. His dick swelled so much he had to run home and ask his mom to put cream on it. A blood pressure monitor nurse left the room, and I couldn't resist. Not me, but a friend in 6th grade told me if you put wet wipes in an M&M's bottle, it feels great. I laughed so hard and told a few friends, who told others, and I ruined that guy's reputation until graduation. Sorry, buddy. Fruits, vacuums, cardboard, one vegetable, almost a car exhaust pipe but chickened out, countless couches including a leather one, mattresses, the gap between bed frame and mattress, shoes, rocks, a chicken, and more. My advice: splurge on an inflatable doll. I jerked off with deep heat hair gel at 14. Even if I live 1,000 years, I'll never forget what it did to my dick. It crystallized, my penis looked like a caramel apple. I begged for the nightmare to end.